Hello and welcome to Cloudforest Vibes. My name's Bobby, and this is how I grow orchids and carnivorous plants. Hello and welcome to Cloudforest Vibes. So I've been at it with a lot of maintenance and moving things around to get things more light and such, and I just wanted to take you guys. Hi Sheba. Hello. Well, we have a guest star. Hello, did you decide to grace us with your presence this morning? Hello dear. She gets a little camera shy. Alrighty, we're going to go ahead and start this over. Hello and welcome to Cloudforest Vibes. So I've been at it, I've been up to a lot of maintenance and things like that. I wanted to take you for a quick look around and show you some of what I've done. I've also been hot and heavy moving things around, trying to create space and whatnot. So I've got some modifications I'm going to make to the tent today. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I should have taken a really good before picture before I started moving stuff around, but I forgot. But I do have a recent picture that should pretty much cover everything. So I'm going to flash that up here a little bit later on once we get everything done and moved finally, and show you what we're working with. So one of the things about a tent, although it has so many advantages, one of the disadvantages of growing in a tent is space. If you're not careful, you can fill this thing up extremely quickly. Sometimes you buy plants, Equigeneras, very much notorious for this. You'll buy something on Equigenera that is supposedly a small plant, and it ends up not being so small. A great example of this would be the Brassia that I have down here. I've finally relocated that thing, but that was supposed to be a small plant, which I guess in the grand scheme of Brassias it is kind of. But in here, in my environment, it is anything but. So let's get the camera off the tripod, we'll take a quick look around, and I will show you what I'm getting ready to do. And then we'll come back a little bit later on after I'm done, and you guys can see everything. So thanks as always for tuning in. I hope you enjoy this one. We'll take a look at a couple blooms here a little bit later on, but not too much has changed from my last update. But we're close. We've got a lot of cool stuff coming, so we'll take a look at a little bit of that as well. Alrighty, so I'm here in the tent. We're looking at my wall of mounts, and as you can see, if you're familiar with this little wall, things have changed a bit. I've definitely plunked the Brassia down lower. I'll be damned, light, whatever. It still gets plenty of light. I'm hoping that it actually gets a little bit more sun from the window in that spot for a little bit longer, so maybe that'll be the trick. I'd love to see this thing bloom, but I'm sorry to say its days are most likely numbered in my grow tent. I may keep a small division of it and try to grow it on, but ultimately I know I'm going to end up with this problem again, and for an orchid that's not blooming, it's just not worth it. It's taking up too much space. Same thing with this huge Maxillaria Parkeri right here. Next step is getting this thing more light. I've been gradually giving it more and more and more light, but it doesn't seem to want to bloom for me. Anyhow, this wall has been a work in progress since I put this tent together. I originally came in and I hung this poultry netting, this plastic poultry netting, just up to the bar here, and I neglected this space right here. Because it's right under the grow light, I was fearful of hanging too many plants there. I thought maybe they would get too much light, when in fact, I do not think that's the case anymore. I think that area would be perfect for some of my more reluctant to bloom Cattleya types and things like that. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to go through here, I'm going to strip all of these plants off of this top layer and all of these plants off, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add another section of this black poultry netting. I have been at work. I've already got this cut actually to fit, so I like this stuff because it's really easy to work with. It comes in a roll. I buy it from Home Depot. It's not metal, so it's not going to rust. It's not going to affect my plants in any negative way. It's going to last forever. You have to be a little bit careful of hanging really, really heavy things on it, but I'll tell you right now, that Brassica mount, when it's watered, weighs every bit of 10, 15 pounds. I mean, maybe more. It's a huge hunk of wood with a big plant and lots of moss on it. So it gets really heavy and it supports the weight of that. So if I really wouldn't worry too much. There's always alternatives. You could probably lace some wire through it if you wanted to and support it, give it some more strength, whatever, but I've had no issues so far. It's super easy to work with. You got these heavy duty scissors or snips, whatever. I use that to cut it, and it cuts really easily, so it's really easy to custom cut tricky pieces like this and not have to worry. But that's enough talk about that. I'm gonna go ahead and get to work. I'm gonna get all these things moved, get this stuff installed, and we'll be back in a few moments to look at it. I'm also debating whether or not I should do this side, but I don't think I'm going to today. It's going to be a for the future task. I've been looking at a couple other upgrades, so you may end up with a surprise here in the end. I don't know if I have the material to do it or not, but we're definitely going to fill this void. And that's a lot of hanging space right there, guys. So, alrighty, here we go. I will be right back. Let's do it this way. This is always fun. Ready, guys? 1, 2, 3. There we go. All done. Oh Lord, if only it was that easy. Alrighty, so let me back out here. You guys can get a better sense of what's going on. Again, it may be a little bit difficult to tell, but I'll tell you what. Just moving this handful of plants up there so far has made such a huge amount of difference. I've got a lot more space now to hang stuff on my wall back here. Lots more room to get stuff into brighter light. And I can't tell you how exciting that is. It's been a long time coming. I'm gonna keep working in here. As you see, I've got more space up there to fill. I'm gonna see what I can move up and see what else I can move over. So we will check back in just a few minutes once I'm all finished, and I will let you guys know. Then we'll take a look at some really cool progress I've got going on. So hope you guys enjoy so far. Like I said, this stuff is super easy to work with. I will go over a little bit more of the guts of it once we get back and take a closer look at the plants. So we are back looking at the finished product. Everything has been slid around and moved. I have relocated lots and lots of plants, and I think this is going to solve at least some of our issues in here for at least the time being. We'll zoom in, have a closer look. I have gotten lots of stuff you might not even see very often, like this Bulbophyllum ambrosia, the Encyclia tampensis. After watching Todd's awesome video of the one in natural sunlight, I decided to move that over and give it quite a bit more light because it was down and over here, and now it is going to get more natural sun because my measly 3 flowers is just not going to cut it. It should look a lot more full and beautiful than that, so hopefully we're going to give it the chance to do that now. Amongst other things, the ghost orchid slid up, the Lasiocylums moved up. I moved one of my Tolumnias down actually, and if you look, scattered throughout here is all of the plants that Daryl gave me. Tons and tons of plants, all getting lots and lots of light now. Lots of stuff moved. Let me get in here a little closer. And I know it sounds crazy, it's still a packed house, but look at all that. So many of these plants were buried. You couldn't ever see them. I've got the Brassica way down there at the bottom now, and opened up all this room and all this light. This was over here before hanging, which opens up that whole shelf. Look at all the light that those pings are getting. The Neophonetia, the Sarcochylus down there. Everything is just getting a lot more light. I still want to do something about these two shelves. I'm really not sure what I'm going to do yet. I might do a full swap. I might bring everything up and throw more things down. I've got most of the plants out of the window now, so lots and lots more light is going to make it in through here. Everything has been spread on the wall in various really bright places, so that's a good thing. The only thing I have left is this Tolumnia. That is the Tolumnia bahamensis I got recently from Andes, and that still needs to get remounted. I may just honestly pull it off of this, take the moss and stuff off of it and put it right back on there, because it's going to keep rambling and doing this, so I need to figure out a larger mount for it, maybe a tree fern pole or something like that, so it can do its thing. Lots and lots of things to come. I do have a shipment of orchid supplies I'm getting ready to order and get in, so when I do, I will unbox and go over that with you guys. I'm running low on some things, and I'm going to try some new things out. I was watching the Orchid Saga's video when he did the care collab with us on Phalaenopsis orchids last week, and he had some really awesome information about some supplements and fertilizers that he uses, and I am going to give a couple of those products a try, I believe, as well as some other things. So lots of cool stuff coming in the feed department, and I guess I'm gonna have to break down and do a video on it because it's time. It's always a tough topic to talk about, but I will go over what I do in here, I guess, at some point in time in the near future, and hopefully it helps you guys get an idea of how I feed these plants and different ways you can potentially take care of yours. So that's it. That's my video for today. But before we get out of here, I do want to say I have been on a spike hunt and I have noticed some really awesome things. So down here I have a flower spike on my Angraecum elephantium, or elephantinium, I can never get that right. I was looking at my Arangus punctata. I noticed a flower spike on that over here, so that's going to be coming soon, and much to my delight, you cannot see the spike right now, but my Arangus mysticity officially has a spike on it. Let me see if I can work my hand through here. Get you guys a shot of it, sorry. Down there. That, my friends, oh my gosh, you can't see it all. So you're just going to have to take my word for it. I apologize. You may be able to see it down there. That is a spike. So very, very, very exciting news. We are going to have lots and lots of cool flowers and things to talk about here in the near future. But that's my video for today. A little bit of upgrading of the grow tent, moving around of a whole bunch of plants, and making more space than I know what to do with right now, believe it or not. So I'm sure the plant shuffle is going to go on through the afternoon, but I am extremely happy and I think it looks absolutely fantastic. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, please stay safe and happy growing.
Eventually.
Now I am going to go ahead and just tag this little bit on the end. You know, sometimes when you get the bug, you really get the bug. So I did go ahead and swap both of these shells. Except for the Neo. Kept that down there. It does pretty well down there, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? I kept some of my seedling pings over in the corner to get a lot of light. And my Drosera Benata. Still debating whether I'm going to keep that in this greenhouse or not. It might get moved to the windowsill. We'll see. But yeah, all the Angraecum, the Cymbidiella rhodochyla, all that stuff moved down. I've moved the Sarcochylus up to get them a lot more light. And all of these lovely pings. I figured it was a shame to waste these beautiful blooms down there on that lower shelf when they can be right up here to enjoy. They keep blooming, so I moved them up. I've been thinking for a long time they probably need more light anyway in order for them to be happier, in order for them to bloom. So that's what I've done. Alright guys, I hope you like this update and video on me modifying my tent and moving stuff around. I think it looks a whole lot nicer in here, like I said, and things are really gonna do well, I believe. Everything's getting a whole lot more light, especially these Cattleya types, which is good. Right down through. The whole shelf is lit. Sorry, the whole wall, rather, is lit. So, let's see what happens, guys. I will say, this has me very, very excited. Coming soon, guys. See ya.